Right then, this is a walk-around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. Finished in this beautiful twilight blue with the contrasting light leather interior. A really lovely combination on the car. Car's covered just 58,000 miles from new and has a wonderful, wonderful service history attached to it. Front of the car exceptionally clean, lights and lenses clear, intact, no condensation or cracking. Bonnet pretty much unmarked, can hardly see a stone chip anywhere on there at all. Come to the near side first, passenger side, and it is mirror smooth in the panel work, no indentations I can see on there at all. Near side front alloy, really good, just the odd tiny little mark right on the outside edge, but nothing that merits a mention or worrying about. And then panel work, really nice. Inside rear alloy, completely unmarked. Bumper corner, again, blemish free. Around the back of the car, tailgate, completely unmarked again as well. I think, well, there's one tiny little touch in just at the bottom there, but it's minuscule. Offside of the car, again, really smooth in the panels. Offside rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked. And the remaining panel work is exceptionally good. It's not to say there isn't going to be the odd light mark. There will be, of course there is, but in all honesty, you know, it is a 8-year-old car with very low mileage for its age, which is in absolutely beautiful condition. So coming to the back of the car now, this, if anything, is the Achilles heel for all SUVs. This and the back seats, because this is where they're used very heavily. This one has been used incredibly lightly. Fabrics, plastics are all in absolutely wonderful condition. It's coming to the back now. So you've got this wonderful interior. It looks absolutely stunning on the car. Legroom in the back is simply amazing. And those front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall, so I'm not cheating, quite the opposite. Leatherwork, I mean, it is ridiculously good. To imagine that someone's bought this car, and if they've used it for family use, their kids must be far better behaved than mine, because this is absolutely extraordinary. So front passenger door card, all the door cards are in beautiful condition, including all the little recesses. Full set of original Honda mats fitted to the car, again all in lovely condition. The front passenger seat there, again, hardly looks as though it's ever really been used. So finally, just come to the driver's door card. Again, absolutely pristine. Footwell areas all lovely and clean. And driver's seat, the one that takes all the wear, only exhibits the smallest amount, given the fact that it's the one seat that's been used regularly, I expect, on the car. So sat inside the car now, so the blind's just closing above my head so it doesn't glare on the dashboard. It looks absolutely as new. It's incredibly clean in here, everything working exactly as it should. Sat nav, you can see there. Pop the car into reverse. Get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, all working exactly as it should. Dual zone climate control system, but it's just, as I said, the video doesn't do justice to the car in any way, shape or form, because it is just so clean and original in here. Come across the main dashboard binnacle, hopefully you can see in there, 58,092 miles. Only warning light showing is for fuel. If I scroll through the information, because this is a way to tell if there's any hidden ones. There you are, there's the fuel, and I keep scrolling through, and basically nothing else other than fuel, so all exactly as it should be. Steering wheel looks absolutely as new in hand. I mean, it really is in just wonderful condition. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered something or other, I'll tell you in a minute. LA62RZR. Normally I have that visible to me, so the faffing around is annoying, but there we go. And mileage is 58,085 miles. It's when you've got keyless start buttons on cars, you leave the keys in your pocket, of course, so you don't get to see the reg number, but there we are, that's by the by. The reason we do these videos, very simply, is basically so you get to see the car that's actually in the advert in operation. And we think it's really, really important. Reason being that we've been to see cars which have been described as good, look good in photographs, only to get there and drive it to find out it's got a fundamental issue which shows up whilst you're test driving the car. So that's why we do it, and it is critical in that sense. Road test is also done on part of the road test route any prospective buyer would go on, and hopefully then would be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. The car itself has been beautifully looked after by the same Honda dealer throughout its life. The only change from that is obviously the service we have just done on the vehicle. Not quite due on miles, but certainly on time. Also going to be going for an independent MOT as soon as I've finished this road test actually, so obviously all is going to be checked thoroughly. Just coming to the car itself, engine starts as you'd expect with the Honda absolutely instantly. It settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle, by the way. The engines are just brilliant. It is so smooth. It's just typical Honda engineering. It's like a sewing machine engine, it just no vibration, no nasty raucous noises. It's just got a wonderful piece of engineering, which with just normal servicing actually they last enormous mileages, hundreds of thousands of miles, and obviously cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about either, but a lovely unit. Engine then feeds through into the gearbox, automatic gearbox of course, gear change exactly what you'd expect. It's lovely, slick, I hardly feel the gear changes when they go, so like there it's just wonderfully smooth. The gearbox, like the engines, have a reputation for being hugely long lasting. We've never put a spanner on one, even ones with much bigger mileages than this, but it matches the engine beautifully. They obviously selected the ratios to extract the best in economy and performance out of the vehicle between the two. The gearbox also has these paddles on the side here, so if you want to do it manually you can. You don't have to move the gear lever or anything, just pull a tab back like now, selected me fourth gear. If there was an imaginary car in front, select third, accelerate past, change up to fourth, fifth, and then down again if you want to. It just means that you're in control of the gearbox at the vital time, which might be an overtake where you don't want the gears to suddenly change up halfway through, and after a few seconds, as it's done now, it just turns itself off. It works perfectly. Coming to the steering of the car, really nicely done on the Honda CR-Vs. Lovely power steering system, which basically, regardless of sort of the corner you're going through, minimal input required. It flows with the chassis absolutely beautifully. And I drove mine cross country yesterday. I've got a CR-V like this, and it's a marvel to think that an SUV can sort of glide through, because the chassis as well as the steering go together just so nicely. As I say, all of the videos on the CR-Vs, they're not sports cars, they're not meant to be, but they're a very good family car, which basically, whether you're doing a tight manoeuvre like that one or high speed one, they don't loll up about, there's no excessive body roll or body motion. They got it absolutely right. The steering, by the way, tracks absolutely dead straight, there's no vibrations at all. They come back through the steering at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, by the way. And likewise the chassis, it's silent. You hear it hitting the bumps, but there's no kind of secondary noises chattering through the car. But as I said, that'll be checked on MOT anyway. Brakes on the vehicle, just make sure no one's behind me, but they're really good. We checked them on PDI, pre-delivery inspection, and they're all very good indeed. No pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedals, exactly as they're meant to be. Look around inside the vehicle. First things first, the first thing you notice is just how beautifully put together these cars are. Not a squeak, not a rattle, not a buzz, nothing at all from the interior. It's absolutely beautifully bolted together, and a lovely place to sit. These lighter interiors are really sought after on the CR-Vs. They're easy to keep, just wipe them clean, but more importantly, on really hot days, and it's 25 degrees today, I'm jumping in the car with shorts on, what I'm not worried about is burning the back of my legs on a red hot leather seat, because they remain cool. And in the winter, depths of winter, when it's dark and outside, it just adds a lightness to the interior of the car that the blacks don't give. And I like black leather, I've got it on mine, but I do prefer the lighter leather. It works beautifully in the car, as does everything inside it, by the way. Sat nav, you can see they're working perfectly. Air conditioning, and as I said, it's very hot today, blowing out absolutely ice cold air. Heated seats, not that you want them today, but again, checked, work exactly as intended as well. Quality of the switchgear in these Hondas, absolutely superb, by the way. They really do these minor controls absolutely brilliantly. They're designed to last many miles, feeling exactly the same as well. Dashboard is just simplicity itself. It's all the information you need, nicely laid out. Steering wheel, small in diameter, feels really good in hand. Feels like new as well, by the way. And all the functions are working, say, exactly as they're meant to do. These are four-wheel drive cars, or this version is anyway. You don't do anything; it basically does it all for you. Because again, Honda, the CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, so they know what their customers want. And most of their customers will be doing as I'm doing today, driving in perfectly good conditions. So why have a four-wheel drive system whirring away? Because all that does is uses up more fuel, and obviously puts a lot more mechanical stress through the car and eats up your tyres more quickly. So pretty much the whole time the car's running in front wheel drive, the most efficient way to pull a car along. Only as and when the front wheels start to lose grip on snow, ice or mud or something, it instantly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's seamless in the way it does. It's absolutely brilliant. And I tow a caravan with ours, and I've never come close to getting stuck with one of them. It's a superb system. Its simplicity and its lack of use also gives it its reliability, of course, because we've been selling Hondas using this system for over, nearly 3 decades now, actually, and not so much as put a spanner on one of them. So it is a wonderfully tough system. As I said at the start of the video, the point is just to show the car in operation and feedback anything. The only thing I can feedback, and I hate to say this because it's so cliched, it literally drives as new. It feels so tight on the road, it really does. Wonderful cars in every way, these. You can see why they're so sought after. As always though, if you've got any questions about the vehicle, don't hesitate, do give us a call.